Hi, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of The Smart 7 is brought to you by Sainsbury's, where you can save big on festive favourites with Nectar prices. It may be November, but Christmas is just around the corner, and that means you probably need to start your Christmas party planning. But the good news is that if you're looking for value for money this Christmas, Sainsbury's have great discounts to make your festive season truly magical. For example, this week you can get half price on Bailey's Original with 1 litre for just £11, 789 Prosecco for £5.50, or Newland's Point Sauvignon Blanc for just £6, all with Nectar prices. You can shop in-store or online and save big on festive favourites this Christmas with Nectar price at Sainsbury's. This offer's for 18+, Nectar app required. Prosecco and wine offer ends November the 12th. Available in supermarkets and online, but excludes locals. Delivery fees may apply, subject to availability. T's and C's apply. Please drink responsibly.
On today's Smart 7, review launched into prisoner release era, Russia closes in on key goal in Ukraine, and much more. It's Friday, 7th of November, it's Fountain Pen Day, and happy birthday, Lordy.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Justice Secretary and Deputy Prime Minister David Lammy remained under massive pressure on Thursday over the 2 prisoners who were mistakenly released, one of whom remains on the run. It follows the release the week before of a convicted sex offender, and the Justice Secretary has now asked Dame Lynn Owens to conduct a rapid review into how that mistake happened. However, with more mistakes this week, the pressure is growing, although Lammy says the whole system is at crisis point.
This is a paper-based system that obviously involves human error. We had 800 errors under the last government. This has now gone on for a generation. Our prison system is in crisis.
His case won't have been helped by Prime Minister Keir Starmer describing himself as angry and frustrated over the mistaken releases and saying that it's our job to fix it. Tory leader Kemi Badenoch wasn't taking any responsibility for the state of the system her government handed over and was keen to blame Lammy.
What we have seen now is an explosion in accidental prisoner releases, many of them foreign criminals. This should not be happening. We know that there will always be times when mistakes occur, but the scale at which it is happening is causing real worry.
This week has seen Russia crank up the pressure on Ukraine's front lines in the Donbas as Russian forces inch closer to taking control of the critical eastern city of Pokrovsk. Ukrainian sources say the battle for the city isn't over, but it is clear that Russia is pouring troops into the region, hoping to achieve a key objective of Vladimir Putin. NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte says help is coming as NATO members gear up production of weapons and ammunition.
Until recently, Russia was producing more ammunition than all NATO allies put together, but not anymore. Across the alliance, we are now opening dozens of new production lines and expanding existing ones.
One of Russia's most famous rebels, Masha Alyokina from girl band Pussy Riot, who were famously sent to prison over protests against Putin, told Radio 4 that the Russian leader needs conflict to retain control of his country.
Putin needs war because he needs to keep people on survival mode. People should not leave, should not ask questions, should be locked in the survival mode.
Prince William has been in Brazil all week for his annual environmental initiative, the Earthshot Prize. It seeks to reward environmental activists and entrepreneurs with grants and support, and there's more coverage of this year's winners on this Sunday's edition of the Smart 7. The prize served as a warm-up for the annual climate conference COP30, which gets underway in Brazil next week. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has been openly critical of world leaders' failure to engage with climate change, and he warned that missing the 1.5-degree climate target should be considered a moral failure. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer is in Brazil, and he says the UK understands the urgency of the climate crisis.
Can energy security wait too? Can bill payers wait? Can we win the race for green jobs and investment by going slow? Of course not. Inaction would only deepen these problems.
American politics might just be seeing a changing of the guard as some of the giants of the last decades reach the end of their political road. Recently, former Republican Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell announced that he will not be seeking re-election. And now former Democratic House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, the first and only woman to hold the position, has announced she too will step down from Congress in 2026. She ruled with an iron fist, and despite continual attacks from the Republicans, she delivered votes consistently for Joe Biden's administration and was both respected and feared. On hearing the news of her retirement, President Trump described her as an evil woman.
With a grateful heart, I look forward to my final year of service as your proud representative. As we go forward, my message to the city I love is this: San Francisco, know your power.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, in association with Metro, Villa and Palace win in Europe and tributes to a British icon. Right after this.
Hi, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of The Smart 7 is brought to you by Sainsbury's, where you can save big on festive favourites with Nectar prices. It may be November, but Christmas is just around the corner, and that means you probably need to start your Christmas party planning. But the good news is that if you're looking for value for money this Christmas, Sainsbury's have great discounts to make your festive season truly magical. For example, this week you can get half price on Bailey's Original with 1 litre for just £11, 789 Prosecco for £5.50, or Newland's Point Sauvignon Blanc for just £6, all with Nectar prices. You can shop in-store or online and save big on festive favourites this Christmas with Nectar price at Sainsbury's. This offer's for 18+, Nectar app required. Prosecco and wine offer ends November the 12th. Available in supermarkets and online, but excludes locals. Delivery fees may apply, subject to availability. T's and C's apply. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome back. Thursday night saw Europa League and Conference League action with Celtic, Rangers and Aberdeen all in action. Nottingham Forest were in Austria to face Sturm Graz and came away with a point after a goalless draw, while Crystal Palace got a 3-1 win against Dutch side AZ Alkmaar. Aston Villa faced Maccabi Tel Aviv, a game that caused controversy long before kick-off, with 6 people arrested before the match. Villa won 2-0, which sees them up to 6th in the table, and manager Unai Emery was happy to get a win from a difficult game.
Yes, focus and respecting the competition, respecting the Europa League, respecting the teams. Overall, we dominate, and overall, we were being patient, creating our chances.
Eddie Marsan is one of the UK's most recognisable character actors. He starred in Back to Black as Amy Winehouse's dad, and he played Inspector Lestrade in Guy Ritchie's version of Sherlock Holmes. He also received an OBE in the New Year Honours list. Now he's turning his attention to helping other actors find the path to success, as he is taking on the role of Vice President at one of the UK's most prestigious acting schools, Mount View. The school already has A-list talent on board, as Judi Dench has been president since 2006, and this year the school celebrates its 80-year anniversary. But Eddie says the acting game isn't getting any easier to break into.
If you want to be an actor in this country and you come from a disadvantaged background, you have to be exceptional to have a hope of a career. If you come from a privileged background, you can be mediocre.
The death was announced on Thursday evening of British actress Pauline Collins at 85 years of age. She was hugely famous for her many TV and film roles across the years, from early parts in drama series through to West End roles, including a stage production of Shirley Valentine, for which she won an Olivier Award and a Tony Award. She met her husband, John Alderton, on the set of Upstairs Downstairs in the 1970s, and the two went on to star together in several series and became the faces of Maxwell House Coffee in the 1980s. She had suffered from Parkinson's disease in recent years and passed away surrounded by her family at a care home in Highgate. The film version of Shirley Valentine earned her an Oscar nomination and a BAFTA award and created many iconic moments, including this one. Rest in peace, Pauline.
That's right, Melandra. I'm going to Greece for the sex. Sex for breakfast, sex for dinner, sex for tea, and sex for supper.
Sounds like a marvellous diet, love.
It is. Have you never heard of it? It's called the F-Plan.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world. Hi, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of The Smart 7 is brought to you by Sainsbury's, where you can save big on festive favourites with Nectar prices. It may be November, but Christmas is just around the corner, and that means you probably need to start your Christmas party planning. But the good news is that if you're looking for value for money this Christmas, Sainsbury's have great discounts to make your festive season truly magical. For example, this week you can get half price on Bailey's Original with 1 litre for just £11, 789 Prosecco for £5.50, or Newland's Point Sauvignon Sauvignon Blanc for just £6, all with Nectar prices. You can shop in-store or online and save big on festive favourites this Christmas with Nectar price at Sainsbury's. This offer's for 18+, Nectar app required. Prosecco and wine offer ends November the 12th. Available in supermarkets and online but excludes locals. Delivery fees may apply, subject to availability. T's and C's apply. Please drink responsibly.